Hello and welcome to the Shaken Up Show Playing Away Season 2, Episode 3. I'm Johnny Greenhalgh and tonight's guest is Adam Bridson, who is a member of the media team at our upcoming pre-season opponents, Guiseley AFC. But before then, we've got some things we need to address. Season tickets, we have crashed through the 500 sold mark. Fantastic effort. Keep going. If you've not got one, get over to buryafc.uk/tickets. There will be a link below in the description and you can get yours. Shirts, get your shirts at shop.buryafc.uk. It was amazing to see the lads in the new home shirt on Tuesday. They looked fantastic in it. And yeah, one more thing we need to address, and that is the statement that went out this week. Make sure you are reading all of the information that both the Shakers community and the Bury FC Supporters Society are putting out there. It's massively, massively important that you read all this information properly, you understand it, and if you don't ask questions, the questions will be answered. We just want to make everyone to make the best decision they can and do what's best for football in Bury. Now, with that out of the way, without any further ado, Adam, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Yeah, really good. We've had a really busy summer at Guiseley, so we're all excited to be back on Saturday at Nevermore. And looking forward to hosting and welcoming everyone from Bury AFC for their first visit.
Excellent. So, I'll kick off. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved at Guiseley and what you do?
Yeah, so at Guiseley, I am currently the I edit the website and I do the match day program. So that's in editing it and pulling all the content together and things like that. So I got involved about 12 years ago, just on the off chance that our best officer couldn't make a game. And that's how I started volunteering. I've been a fan. So I've been a fan for about 5 or 6 years before that. Just volunteered through that, doing that single game, and then his commitment got less and less, and I just got more and more involved as a volunteer. And it's one of those things, you think you're going to do it for a short period of time, and it's just rolled into many different things. I've only just started doing the pro. So that's a brand new thing as well. But it's excellent, all good fun, and with a great team we've got at Guiseley as well.
Fantastic, yeah. It's so rewarding volunteering at these non-league clubs. So what I take away from it is fantastic. It's good, great sense of pride. So can you tell us where the club are based? Because not many Bury fans might have heard of Guiseley before. Might not know where they are. And yeah, what the stadium's called.
Yep, so the stadium's called Nevermore Park. It's got a capacity of just over 4,000, and we're based in between Leeds and Bradford, in Guiseley, of course. Just not far away from where Harry Ramsden's, which I'm sure everyone will have heard of. The first one was in Guiseley. The building's still there, but it's now called Weatherby Whaler, so another chain of fish and chip shops. But yeah, there's plenty to do in the surrounding area as well for when you come into the game. There's loads of pubs and shops and things like that people can go and visit. So we're about 9 miles from Leeds, about 6 miles from Bradford, so just in between the two.
Excellent. And are there any interesting facts about Guiseley? Any players that have gone on to do great things, or any facts about the club that our fans might find interesting? Because I think I read right, you've been going since 1909. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so founded in 1909, and we've always played at Nevermore. In terms of interesting players, we've had a few years ago we had Jeff Horsfield play for Guiseley, and then obviously he's gone on to play for West Brom, Birmingham, Leeds United as well, even in the Premier League and the Football League. But more recently, probably the most famous sort of Guiseley sort of sell on is James Hansen, who we bought from, I think, Guiseley United. Developed him, and then Bradford City came calling for him.
And then Bury.
And by tribunal, we sold him on, and he's just gone on to do amazing things in the Football League, and catapulted Bradford City through those playoffs and onto that Carabao Cup final as well. So he's definitely probably the most famous one in recent years. But we have got a few others dotted about, maybe not as well known, like Ollie Norburn, who plays, it was in the Championship last season at 9 League One with Peterborough United. He played for us not so long ago, about 2015-16 season, so not long ago at all. And his career's just gone on leaps and bounds since he left us.
Excellent. Yeah, James Hansen. He didn't make much of an impact in the short time that he was at Bury. I don't know, and this without going and looking it up, I don't know whether he was a victim of Lee Clark's management or I don't know if that was the same time period, but I just remember him never getting much of a chance, never much of a go.
He has had a lot of clubs as well, and he has struggled with injury the last sort of few years. But he's been around about. I hadn't even really realised that he played for Bury, but he's had Sheffield United as well, even, and things like that maybe are just like less famous stints of where he's been.
I don't know if did he go back to Bradford from us. He might have gone back, or he might have gone to Sheffield Wednesday from Sheffield United from us. Can't remember. But yeah, no, it is great when you see players though from your clubs, and we're hoping that we get that with ourselves. You know, we've only had a couple of seasons so far, but some of the young players that we've had, you know, we hope to see them go on and do bigger and better things if they don't stay with us in the future, and I think some of them will.
Absolutely. I mean, like particularly with academies, there, you know, we've got our own academy guys, and we're seeing great results from that. Whilst they might not have gone on to make a big impact in our first team, they have gone on to play. We've actually got one at Bradford City now, Jake Young, who's just was from our academy. But it's definitely the way forward for non-league clubs to develop their own sort of young talent, and then it's great to see them go on and play for these big football teams after playing for your local sort of non-league side. It's brilliant.
Definitely. So on to sort of more recent affairs. Well, more recent affairs. How was last season for Guiseley?
It's definitely not our best. We on the final day we were relegated from the National League North to the pitching in Northern Premier Division. So it's the first time we played at that level in quite a while. It's 12 years. We won the league 12 years ago. So we're back at that level. I think we've been heavily impacted by COVID. We were nearly got into the playoffs in the 2019-20 season, and then unfortunately, because it was cut short, we never got to see where we would have ended up. And then a lot of those players, because we weren't able to commit to contracts and so on, unfortunately, they left, and we had to rebuild like a whole new team for the 2020-21 season. And then again, we struggled to cope with that. We struggled in that season, and that was cut short as well. And then we came back to this season, you know, refreshed, another sort of new squad, a lot more new players, but we just couldn't score goals. We really struggled scoring goals, struggled to keep clean sheets as well, and that's never a good
combination,
mix.
Is it?
Yeah, and we've had just a complete change of squad again this season. So I think we've only managed to keep 4 or 5 from last season. The rest we've signed 11 or 12 new players so far, and a whole new an exciting period for us to see where we can go.
Yeah, I mean, sorry to hear about the relegation. It's never a good thing to talk about, is it?
No, it was
part and parcel of it sometimes. Though, as a Bury fan, I've been through enough myself. You know, in my time. But I mean,
the cool. It's the way it happened, and the thing is, until the last minute, we were safe, but we shipped 2 goals, and that was it. Cool.
You'll get back up there. I can
Fingers
see,
crossed.
you know. But I mean, the next question sort of really goes out the window when you've got 11 new players signing. So who's the one that the fans should be looking out for on Saturday?
Yeah, it's a good question. So we have got 11 new players, but some of the new players that we've got have actually played. So our manager, Danny Ellis, is a former player as well. It's his first management role. He's been a coach with our academy for the last 10 years, but he's just stepped back from playing at Guiseley, but as he would have done before. So we have got players who played for us before, sort of around the 2013 era, and maybe some more recent, sort of 2016 as well. In terms of who to look out for, I think we've had some. We're all excited to see where they go and what style of play we're going to play and things like that. I think the ones to look out for would maybe be Jake Cassidy. He's probably our going to be one of our main strikers up front, along with we've retained Adam Hoare as well, who's like an exciting young attacker, and it'd be good to see those two work together because Jake's a bit more experienced. So I think it might be Jake Casty might be the one to look out for.
Excellent. Okay, so you touched on it before. There's plenty to do around the ground before the game. What time does the ground open?
Turnstiles will open around sort of 1.5 hours before kickoffs, around about the 1:30 mark. And you can use there's 6 different ones you can use. There's some near a car park as well that's free for everyone to park in. Called Never Car. Definitely recommend parking there, and you can just hop over the bridge. You'll just see it as you go past. There's a little path down the side. Hop over that, and then you're into the ground. And there's a clubhouse in the ground. We've got food facilities as well, and the club shop. And there'll be a program available. So there's the programs.
Excellent.
I understand the program's good.
Excellent. Now, what I will ask is, obviously, for those that get there before 1:30, maybe lunchtime-ish, where would you recommend locally for them to go and partake in a Swift half, I should say?
Yeah, so probably the most popular one would be the station pub. Train as well. It's a 2-minute walk from the train station to the station pub, so it's ideal. Just come out of there, pop in, but there are others. We've got the White Cross just up the road, the other way from the football ground. And then as well, if you're looking for something to eat, Wetherby Whale is always worth a visit on a match day.
Excellent. Now I've got one last question for you, and it's quite a philosophical one. I used to ask what you thought the score was going to be. Stupid question. So, what's the one thing that you'd say to someone who hasn't been to watch the local non-league side to convince them to come and give it a go?
I would say that the family-friendly atmosphere and the fact that you can talk to the players, talk to the staff, get to know them, is something that you just can't miss out on. And I think particularly at the moment as well, it's much more affordable. You can bring, quite often with non-league clubs, children rented free, and rightly so. They're the future of the game. They're the ones who are going to be there supporting the clubs in years to come. But it's also great because you'll have a wide sort of mix of supporters. I think the one thing with non-league football is it's more real. It's more than your league football and your particularly your Premier League football. But the atmosphere, in terms of you can just come along and you might not know anybody in that ground, but 9 times out of 10 you'll go knowing someone and come back and see them again, and that's all part of it. It's a social thing as much as it is for the entertainment of the football.
Excellent. Very, very well put. Well, with that, I will let you go. Thank you very much for coming on, and I will see you on Saturday.
No, thank you very much for coming, and as I say, we're looking forward to welcome everyone from Bury along, so it'll be great to see you all.
I'd like to say a huge thank you for Adam for coming on the show at such short notice as well, and telling us all about Guiseley AFC and what to expect when we travel up into Yorkshire this weekend. Again, make sure you look in the description for links to season tickets. 500 sold. We need to get more. Come on. Shirts are on sale at shop.buryafc.uk, and please make sure you read all the information about the proposed mergers so you can get a clear picture of the situation. That's it for me from this evening. I'll be back soon. I'm Johnny Greenhalgh. See you later.